We're getting into the final shows for the Return of the Rat tour. Gosh, this rat is almost fully returned. July 9th, we'll be in Philadelphia, Rochester, New York on July 10th. Then we're in Detroit after that. Moving on, we're in Los Angeles, Anaheim, at the Honda Center in Oceanside, California. You can get all your tickets at theovon.com/TOUR. And just thank you so much for your support. Today's guest is a musician out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, baby, out the boot. He crosses many genres like rap, R&B, soul. He does it all. This dog, he a 101. He a 101. He's got a new album on the way, Luca Brasi 4. And he's heading out on a huge tour this October. I'm grateful to sit down with my Louisiana amigo, Mr. Kevin Gates. Yeah, that's tough, man.
Yeah, I got this from, I collect these kind of hats. I bought 2 of them this time because I put dents in them.
Really?
Every time I travel.
What, just traveling, setting it somewhere?
Yeah, and they get smushed every time.
Yeah. Yeah, a hat is kind of hard to take care of. That's the only thing I don't love about a hat. Like if I'm on a plane, I'll put it, and then I'll take a nap, it'll fall off the seat or something.
Every time.
Yeah, you look sharp, man.
Thank you.
Recently, I started feeling in my own life, man, I wish that I dressed up a little bit more. I just wish that.
It's like how you do anything is how you do everything. So I'm like, I prepare for something great to happen. Every time I leave the house, I prepare for something great to happen. Like even when I go to the gym, I prepare for something great to happen.
Yeah, that's an energy. I think I just started thinking that. Like, yeah, I want to just, because then I want to be excited about how I even look, you know? Like I only got, well, I got multiple suits, but I only got like 4 colors that I wear. I got a gray suit, got like 3 or 4 of them, got like 3 or 4 black suits, got like 3 or 4 navy suits, and I got like 3 or 4, they like different shades. So I say like a tan and a darker tan. You like them?
Yeah, I just love suits. I love them. They look fly.
You've always been pretty stylish, actually. I remember you and I went to a Super Bowl together. I don't know if you remember it or not.
Yeah, that's when I had the turtleneck on with the slacks.
Yeah, that's when I realized I was like, oh, Kevin's doing something different. Because you hear rumors about Kevin. You hear people like, Kevin, Kevin
I'm
out
like
there.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, he's staring at the moon. Kevin out there, he hiding in the tree branches and stuff. You hear a lot of rumors like that.
Like shooting my bow and arrow.
Yeah,
I do that a lot.
He's out there, he babysitting bats or something.
Oh, excuse me. Shout out to Mike at Cabela's.
He's your guy?
Yeah, he the one who he dialed my bow and arrow in for me. Like dialed it in, like set the sights on it for me. So
I haven't used one. But yeah, you hear everything about that. Kevin Gates, he's out there, he breastfeeding pelicans and stuff like that. You hear a lot of the mystery, right? The lore. And I love the lore because it makes things really, it's like advertising without you really doing anything in a way, except being yourself. But I remember we were on a limo bus. They were taking us to the Super Bowl. Everybody's on their phones and something like that. Kevin just sitting there, just look. You look like the happiest guy in the thing.
It's this thing I do called Breathwork, and I think I said it one time in another interview. But like I'm super into like Navy SEALs and shit. I like watch. Don't think I'm weird, but I am.
Oh yeah.
I just sit there and watch like videos of like the training that they do, and I watch people take the Navy SEAL test and fail and then try to come back and do it. And I just watch that shit, and I be watching like David Goggins and shit like that. And it's like, the first thing they teach them how to do is breathe. So that's why I be doing the box breathing, and it really help with anxiety.
Explain it to me.
You inhale for 4 seconds. It's like you pretend like you're looking at a box. You inhale for 4 seconds, you hold it, you exhale for 4 seconds, and then you hold it, and it keep you super calm.
And does it get a little scary at certain points or hard to remember? I guess you just get used to the pattern.
if you ever get off, you just reconnect to your breath. Because you're going to talk, you're going to interrupt yourself,
Right.
but then you reconnect to your breath and it keep you calm, like no anxiety.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get rattled pretty easy.
And I'm an overthinker, like, especially if I'm about to go somewhere, like I put unrealistic expectations on myself about the outcome.
Yeah.
And we say that and I might say that I'm going in there with a positive attitude, but
Oh, I want to know everything.
Yeah.
I want to know how it's going to go. I want to be able to like make sure I'm okay no matter what's going on.
I knew this shit was gonna be cool because I was already around you at the Super Bowl. I was like, man, that dude crazy.
Oh, I don't think anybody could out crazy you at this point, Kevin. You done
I
lost.
say, man, that dude
You
crazy,
lost
man.
everybody, man.
Seconds a little hot. Yeah.
It's going to be a little hot.
And you can maybe scooch to your left just a little bit.
Do we have any ice? We don't have any.
I don't need no ice. I'm good.
Okay. I was kind of nervous to talk to you because I've known of you. You know, I'm from Louisiana, so I've known about you like
Louisiana bread.
even growing up. I remember the first time I ever heard about you, this girl I was talking to from Bogalusa was like, have you heard of Kevin Gates? And I thought it was a subdivision. And
It is.
It is? Really?
No.
Oh, damn, I didn't know. Like,
It is now.
Kevin Gates, damn. I said, I don't know. You know, I got a friend that lives in Meadowbrook or whatever, but I've never been over there. And she's like, no, you have to hear some of what this guy's doing. And it was intense. The first time I listened to your music, it reminded me the first time I saw UFC, I was like, some of this stuff is a little too hard for me, you know, because your stuff is it's not all of it, but some of it's graphic. It is real. It's really raw. That's my perception of it.
Yeah.
But so that's how I got introduced to you. Obviously, it was just from being in Louisiana. Do you miss those days in Louisiana coming up? What was that like for you just kind of coming up when you look back on it now?
I'm grateful for Louisiana because it made me everything that I am right now. And the things that we cherish, other people don't really cherish when you go other places. And then with us having that Southern hospitality, like, yes, sir, no, sir. Don't call me that. You make me feel old when you go other places.
Yeah.
But we used to catch whoopings for not saying yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
You know, I'd have been beat with extension cords and
Oh,
whatever they
yeah.
could find.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Go get a branch off the tree.
Go get something. Oh, dude, my mother would beat me with my younger siblings. She would. I'm like, God damn, both of us getting it.
Grab them by the ankle.
Oh, yeah. Like, damn, what? What were some of like? Did you get to work with other artists? I know people ask you that kind of stuff all the time. But growing up, like when I was coming up, they had like Mr. P, Master P, Mystical.
Me and Master P did a song together, and I done work with Wayne. We talking about only Louisiana?
Yeah, I'm just talking about kind of that time
I
in
done
the
work with Lil
90s.
Wayne. I done work with Master P. If you want to go currently, I done work with Fredo Bang, NBA Youngboy, Tech.
Oh yeah, I heard that song you got with Youngboy. I just heard it the other day.
I am who you say I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had, I'm trying to think, Partners in Crime, remember them?
Yeah.
It's that new Mr. Mina with that motherfucker go. Dude, they had Partners in Crime, UNLV. Oh, was that UNLV? Pump the party.
UNLV.
They had, I'm trying to think of who else we love. Oh, Mystical was the best. Mystical was great, bro.
I like that. Bitch, I'm on that boot camp
Yeah.
click.
Danger.
Yeah, I like
Keep
that.
bumping me again. He kind of had his own thing and he had those horns in it.
Yeah, if we going that way, I like Fiend, Mr. Magic. I liked everything that was coming out. You gotta say Soulja Slim.
Oh yeah.
You gotta say Soulja Slim.
Somebody didn't put me on to a lot of Soulja Slim.
You
I
gotta
don't
say
think.
Stone and Leck. You gotta say the D-Boys. You gotta say all of them.
I think some of that I didn't get put on then.
Yeah.
But I love, dude, that was a special time I felt like in Louisiana because there were so many eyes were focused on it. They had like just so much sound coming out of there.
Still do.
Yeah.
Like the sound different.
Oh yeah, well things have changed so much, but at that time I just felt like, I don't know, there was something really spectacular about it at that time.
We still got our own signature sound. Louisiana, like, that's what a flavor at. Like,
Oh, yeah.
You get a container of juice and you sit it on the table. The flavor falls to the bottom. You have to shake it up for the flavor to go to the top. Yeah. The flavor always
At
stay
the
on
bottom.
the bottom.
Yeah.
The bottom of the map.
That's it. The bottom of the map, man. The bottom of the boot. Yeah, dude, I love that time. That was a special time growing up, man. What was the styles that y'all had in our town? Because in Covington, we had like Jabot jeans, polo with the big horse. Remember people would wear that sometimes? Hilfiger.
I went polo crazy. I went polo crazy.
Yeah, I could see that.
I went polo crazy.
I could see that, bro.
Dead caps, collars, Jabots. I did Air Force Ones, but my thing was the Adidas Stan Smiths.
Oh, yeah.
I did the Adidas Stan Smiths.
I almost wore those today.
All day I dream about stacks.
Yeah. Dude, that was a great time, bro. I mean, all times are great, but that was a special time. It's just something you and I can, we both have a little bit of similarity of that.
Yeah, I was born in 86, so.
Yeah, you're younger than me. Did you ever get to see Mystical around the way or no?
I seen him a few times when he was out of prison, but I haven't seen him since then.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I remember we go to the rec center over at Baton Rouge.
By LSU?
Yep. Yeah. And Master P and they would be in there playing ball with like Silk. I don't know if C Murder might have been in and out of there, but they definitely had Silk was in there.
Yeah, Silk stay out here now.
Does he?
Yeah, I be seeing him at 24-hour fitness.
Let's go.
Every now and then when I used to go there.
Yeah.
To see him in that hooping, still hooping.
Yeah, that was a special time though, man. Yeah. That was a big like explosion I felt like for Louisiana rap. When you think of like, I know there was a lot of hustling and stuff when you grew up. What was it like the hustle? Like, when people say I had to hustle a lot when I was young, like, what does that mean exactly?
Hustle?
Yeah, I know what it means. Like, you have to grind, you got to stay busy, you got to figure things out.
You got to be locked in and you got to be focused.
Yeah.
Whatever your hustle is, you got to give it 110%. Because being from Louisiana ain't really nothing to do but die or go to jail.
Yeah.
So whatever it is that you focus on, you got to be locked in. Like Juvenile say, we snatched all the holes and bowls and re-tennis. We didn't give a fuck if we balled for 3 minutes. I might have said it backwards.
That's look, man. We could edit it into the correct format. What was some of your hustles as a youngster? What kind of hustling did you have to do personally?
I started off washing cars.
Yeah. What, just like in the yard, you put up a sign, or you get like a?
I started off working at they got a car wash on Corset, and that was my first job, washing cars.
They had an inside and outside?
Yeah, inside and outside. Damn. I started on a vacuum.
Yeah.
And then I started being like, once it come through the washer, you dry it off. And that's how I learned how to get the fender wells and the door jambs last.
Oh, yeah, why?
Because that's where all the dirt at. So if you drying the car off, you got to dry the body of the car first. Then you go back and get the door jambs and the fender wells last. That's where all the dirt at.
Because otherwise you're gonna get the rag dirty and put it everywhere.
You're gonna put dirt on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even when you wipe the rims, you hold a towel and wipe the rims. You spray the tire off, but you hold a towel and wipe the rims on the inside, clean them real good.
Yeah.
And the best thing to clean to wipe windows with is newspaper.
Oh yeah.
No streaks.
Yeah, why was that, I wonder?
I don't know. I know it don't leave no streaks, make it look good.
Yeah, that was nice. Dude, yeah, when I was growing up, washing your car was one of the best things you could do.
Of course.
Cause you leave there, that thing felt beautiful, boy.
That was your office.
Yeah.
That was your office. That was your escape. Ain't nothing like a little late night ride.
Yeah.
Waffle House.
Yeah.
Dude,
I remember exactly if I lit a cigarette at this one point right when I take off out of work, it would get me all the way home. I'd pull up right into the driveway when that cigarette was done. It was like this perfect kind of seance that I had in my life. I love that.
That was your first car?
My first car was an 84 Ford Escort. That bitch was chill, but
My first car was a Nissan Sentra.
Yeah, really? What year was it?
I don't know, the old one. The old one.
Pull one up. Just pull up
the tan one.
Pull up a 1990. Let's see what they got. Let's see if we close on it. That Nissan.
I was a little newer than that.
Nuh-uh, yeah, that's a little too old. Pull up
a 2001. That's it right there.
Oh yeah, that bitch tasted, boy. Yeah. And so your first hustle was car washing. And did you get into stuff in the streets? Did you get into stuff that was kind of illegal type of stuff or no?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Not nothing major, but a little bit. I did a little something.
Yeah. Does it feel like if you grow up in certain areas that you have to do that?
You gonna want to. Them the only people getting money.
Right.
That's who the girls like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the girls like somebody got a little bit of cash.
Like I remember telling Gilly and Wallow, I was like, man, when I was young, I remember all I wanted was a car, some money, a girlfriend, and a gun.
Yeah.
Cause that's all you see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I gotta pull out a bankroll. That was just,
Just to show it off.
Then they start calling it racks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got racks. It went from stacks to racks.
Yeah, I think the name. Do you think like over the years you hear like things have changed, like the hood, the block, the trenches, the mud, like there's always kind of this evolution of the name. I feel like,
man, I call it the section.
Yeah.
They from the section. They from our section.
Yeah.
Or they from out the section.
Yeah.
Like if you from my section or you from my area where I'm at the time, and I'm like, oh yeah, he from out the section.
Right.
Or I'm ask, man, or say I'm just coming home from jail and I see new faces. Man, who that is? They from out the section? Yeah, that's such and such people. Or that's such and such people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you feel like do you have to live in fear, like in the section? Do you feel like in a black area, do you have to live in fear? Did it feel like?
No, because it's anything that you do every day is gonna feel regular to you. You know, anything that is new to you. Say if it's new. If it's new,
okay,
you're gonna be a little apprehensive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to sit back, scope it out, and then you fall in. You in the mix now. But if you grew up in them type of environments, it ain't gonna feel like somewhat dangerous. It's gonna feel like home.
Oh, yeah.
So whatever go on, it just went on.
Right, you don't know any different.
But from the outside looking in, it's like, oh God, it's so horrible there. Da-da-da-da. But when you in it, it's like, man, that's my people. This my auntie. This my cousin. This,
This is the culture.
Yeah, it's like.
Right, a fish don't know it's in water, really.
It's family. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think, because you always hear over the years, you hear like, we got to change these areas, right? You hear like, you'll have people, we got to make things safer. We got to change these areas. Do you think that the people actually in those communities, do you think they really want those communities to change, or that is...
If given the opportunity...
Does the question make any sense to you or no?
It make a lot.
Okay.
If given the opportunity, anybody would do better.
Right.
People do. A man, this is a wise quote. A man is what he know, not what he's told. And I'll say it in like vernacular. Okay. A man is what he knows and not what he's told. You are what you know, not what you told. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. So I could sit around and somebody could tell me, man, you know what, you should change and you should do this, and there's so many other opportunities. But if I've never been exposed to these opportunities, all I know is what I know.
Right.
And that's what recidivism, that's people that repeat offenders, habitual offenders, because it's recidivism because they don't know anything but what they know. And I was like that. I was locked in, focused on one thing till I started experiencing other things. I broadened my horizon. I opened my mind.
Yeah. Oh, I've watched a lot of interviews with you, man, and a lot of it's been really fascinating, man. I feel really thankful that you're here today.
I just took
time.
an
Ambien?
I just read about Laguna Beach. Like, this was in 2000 and maybe 10 or 11, because I read a lot of like vampire novels and all of that.
Oh, damn,
so,
bro.
Yeah, like I read a lot. I'm a recreative reader. So this was like way in 2000, maybe 10 or 11 that I read a book. When I was reading the book, they was talking about going to Laguna Beach. Last weekend, I just took my son to Laguna Beach for his birthday. So it was like kind of like a bucket list. Not a bucket list, but I was like, it'll be cool to go there. Like, even like with Palm Springs, I read about Palm Springs before, and I just passed through Palm Springs.
And they had vampires that were there?
And Rochelle Mead got this vampire academy, and one of the schools that they went to was in Palm Springs.
Damn, boy. They some part of older gay vampires probably over there.
I don't know, but it was so crazy that you say that. It's because when you given the opportunity to do better, you will. If you never given that opportunity, you're not going to do better. We could say, yeah, you just got to overcome and stay focused and lock in. I think the beautiful thing about Kevin Gates is I have a very adventurous spirit, and I'm going to try something. Like, I I love to try new things because it's how you create new neural paths. Like even if you did it and you didn't like it, you still had the experience.
Yeah.
So you created like new neural paths because if you do the same thing every day, you become stagnant in the mind. You become a robot.
You become a cul-de-sac too, your own cul-de-sac.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
that's my biggest fear is being complacent. I don't ever want to get stuck. So I did that. I went to the beach and it was like it unlocked a few things for me. It was like we just took a road trip. It wasn't nothing but like 2 hours, but
we did it.
We did it.
Yeah, we did something different.
We did something different.
Yeah, because I wonder sometimes, like, because you always like, you know, like a lot of neighborhoods, especially if it's like impoverished neighborhoods, you know, they say that type of thing.
Predominantly black.
And predominantly black neighborhoods.
Yeah.
It's like, it's also those neighborhoods that give a lot of the culture its flavor and give it its story, right? Or some of its story, right? People say like, I came out of this, I came through this, right? So sometimes I just wonder like.
It's a bliss. It's the people that are blessed. I say that because you're looking at people that grew up in hardship and the roughest conditions ever, but we made the best of what we had. And we didn't even know we was poor till we saw rich people.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to other countries, third world countries,
yeah.
they don't even know they poor till they see people with more than what they have.
Yeah.
Like I was telling somebody one time, we just wanted a car. And then once we saw the Bentley, we wanted the Bentley.
Yeah.
And then we wanted this and we wanted that because we saw it. But to answer your question about the people that come through that, I believe it's a rite of passage. It's like the movie Leonidas when the boy went off into the wilderness and he came back a man. Like, we don't have no father figures or none of that in the house. We come from mostly single mother. Your mom at work, your grandmother raised you, things of that nature. And we had to go out there and just find our way. So it was like a rite of passage. And the beautiful thing about me is I had beautiful people in my life that kind of helped guide me and lead me and steer me in the right direction.
Yeah.
I made mistakes. I bumped my head, and I appreciate every one of them because they made me this. But to answer that question, I look at it more like a rite of passage.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. You know, men today face immense pressures to keep it all together, to provide, to just frickin' be a lieutenant in your own little world. It's a lot. It's responsibility. If you're a father especially, it adds more to it. And sometimes you struggle. And sometimes you struggle in silence. And that's the worst. That's the worst, man. I notice if there's things that are just eating up my brain, things that are bothering me so much that keep recurring, if I can get to a therapist and talk with somebody about it, suddenly my brain just exhales and everything feels like it's going to be a lot more possible. I've personally benefited from therapy through BetterHelp. And what I like about them is you can do it online. You can do it on the phone. You can switch therapists at any time. As the largest online therapy retailer in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/THEO. That's betterhelp.com/Theo. Is pornography causing a problem in your life? Do you find yourself watching porno for longer periods of time and having trouble stopping? Is porn affecting your relationship or dating life? Well, you're certainly not alone. Watching pornography has become so commonplace today, and oftentimes men use porn to numb the pain of loneliness, boredom, anxiety, and depression. Shame and stigma prevent men from talking about these issues and getting help for them. I want to introduce you to my friend Steve. Steve is the founder of Valor Recovery, a program to help men overcome porn abuse and sexual compulsivity. Steve is a long-term sexual recovery member and has personally overcome the emotional and spiritual despair of abusing pornography and has dedicated his life to empowering men to do the same. Steve is an amazing person, and he is a close friend of mine. I mean that. Valor Recovery helps men to develop the tools necessary to have a healthier sex life. Their coaches are in long-term recovery and will be your partner, mentor, and spiritual guide to transcend these problematic behaviors. To learn more about Valor Recovery, please visit them at www.valorrecoverycoaching.com or email them at admin@valorrecoverycoaching.com. Thank you.
But a lot of time when we be having like our body just really needs salt.
Yeah.
We be dehydrated.
You know, I noticed that happens more often, I feel like. And when I was a kid, you didn't hear anybody talk about dehydration. And now I feel like people talk about it every day.
Because we ate salt. We cooked with seasoning. Louisiana seasoning.
That's a good point. People,
You don't hear people down there talking about you dehydrated. You eat a pickle. Country boy can't survive.
Yeah, bro, that was it.
Country boy can't survive.
That's a good point. Everybody had gout, too. Everybody had sugar pressure, gout, salt pressure, everything.
Country boy can't survive.
Everything. That was it. You were a practicing Muslim?
Yeah, I'm a Muslim.
Nice. Nice to see you today.
Like, you talking about what I got on?
No, I think you.
Oh, no, this ain't got shit.
No, it doesn't look like
I'm
that.
not that kind of Muslim.
No, I didn't know.
Oh, man.
No.
No, because I got the bow tie.
Oh, you thought that was part of the...
I'm so not sorry. Please forgive me.
No, I didn't know what you mean because you thought because I thought the bow tie.
Because the irony it's ironic that I got the bow tie on, but I'm not that kind. But I'm.
No.
Dave Chappelle said, "I'm not good at it, but you know, I do the best. I do the best I can. You know."
No, I didn't know. I thought no. I feel like I didn't know what I thought. I just felt like, dang, Kevin. Yeah, I thought you just seemed like a.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Dang, that's hilarious.
It was just funny because I had to. That's one thing I like. I possess the ability to laugh at myself, and once I developed the ability to laugh at myself, life became so much more easier.
Let's talk about that.
If I slip and fall,
Yeah.
like every time we step outside, we're being judged. You know, if you went to school and you had to, oh God, I gotta say it. I got not to get off subject. I used to hate free dress day at school. Uniform saved my life.
Really?
Yeah. But
Why you couldn't handle it?
I ain't had no clothes.
Oh damn. Yeah, you just wore the uniform again. They're like, Kevin.
Man, for free dress day, I wore a pair of my mama jeans to middle school and an old Tommy Hilfiger shirt and the same shoes I had been wearing to school the whole time. Man, they teased me forever. Then you know how you got the faded part on the knees?
Yeah.
It was like, why your knees white? What, you been on your knees? Nah, that's the style. Everybody got distressed denim now.
Yeah.
So that was hard. That was the worst. But I said that to say this. If you possess the ability to laugh at yourself, you never have to worry about being shamed of anything. Like
I've heard you talk about that before. In fact, man, it's funny because one of the things
it's okay to be human. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, it was most of my life, it was hard for me to laugh at myself. A couple years ago, it's so funny. A couple years ago, there was a moment that happened. I don't remember what it was, but I went, Theo. I just kind of laughed at myself and said my name. My whole life, I didn't realize my whole life, it had been this internal thing that had been just judging me always. And for the first time
we
ever.
are our worst critics.
But I just didn't realize how infected I'd been by judgment of myself.
But we're taught that because when we come outside, we judge by our peers, we judge by everything. If you do this, if you do that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you know what? I'm going to be the best human I could be.
Yeah.
I don't care if I make mistakes. I'm gonna follow my heart. I don't care what nobody think. I swear to God, I'm going to be the best human I could be. And something else I used to do, before I developed a greater sense of self-worth, I would overcompensate. And that's still a form of seeking validation. Like I would overextend and I would overextend myself as far as just the person I am, not to be liked. I was doing this because this is what I really wanted somebody to do for me.
Yeah.
So I would overextend and just overshare and overlove and over everything. I would do it to the most. But this is the love that I should have been giving myself.
Bro, there'll be times I'll text this over the past 2 years. I noticed this will happen for me. I'll text somebody, "Hey man, just wanted to remind you you're a great guy, and I'm so proud of you." Right?
I wish somebody would tell me that.
And as I'm typing it to them, tears will come out of my face, and I didn't realize. And it's a nice thing to say to them. And a lot of times it's a person I'll have enough of a connection with where like we share a lot of similar experiences, so we can, we'll say that type of thing to each other. But man, sometimes as I'm sending that, because really I just like, that's what I always needed, right?
The dude who did my guns on my hands, my gun tattoos, his name, Trevin Spielman, but some people call him Trevon or Trevin. I call him just T.
Okay.
Or my brother. But
where does he do it? He's out of Louisiana or where?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay,
He
sorry.
used to always make jokes. He used to always laugh. He used to always check on everybody else. And he sent me a text message. I got on the flight and went to California. When my flight landed, the last text message, he was like, "I don't think I could do this anymore." Then I found out he killed himself.
Oh.
So it's like oftentimes the people that's always helping everybody else, like, it make you want to start checking on them. That's why when I did it, and not to bring up nothing with Drewski, but shout out to Drewski. I did a little show where I was on there like a blind date, and he was like, "Man, you too uptight." And I'm like, "I'm not. Most of the time, the people that make all the jokes, I check on their well-being, because that's how my brother was. He used to always make jokes and make me laugh, and he'd be doing my tattoos, and I'd be telling him about everything I've been through. Like, he was like my therapist. And he even flew out to California one time just to tattoo me. Came, stayed at my apartment and everything. And you never know what people going through internally. And that's the reason I don't just take people for granted, like especially people that's always making everybody else laugh.
So I'll laugh with you, but I'm also want to be here with you to see what's going on.
Yeah, so I'm gonna laugh with you, but when we finish, I'm gonna ask you, like, you sure everything okay? Like, cause if you need to talk, I'm here.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just the type of person I am, because he was one of them people. He was super funny, everything. I never would have thought he would have took his own life.
And that's what he just was dealing with, too much pain.
Yeah, he was dealing with a lot.
Yeah.
He was dealing with a lot. That's my brother. I love him.
Amen. His
name Trevon Spielman.
Trevon Spielman.
But some people call him Trevor.
Yeah.
And like, he from Louisiana too.
Trevon Spielman. Well, good. I'm glad we say his name today, man.
Yeah. It just made me think about that. Like, the people that give the most, we never ask them, do they need anything?
Yeah. Yeah, man, man, a lot of my life, especially like as an adult in the past 10 years, 8 years really has been having a journey with myself, right? I didn't even know who I was. I don't even know if, honestly, bro, I feel sometimes like I've only been alive for about 5 or 6 years in some way. Before that.
You too?
Yeah. You too? Before that, I was alive, but I was just, and I don't even know what was controlling me. I'm grateful that God was giving me guidance.
You was alive, but you wasn't living.
Man. I just didn't even know the only way I was experiencing the world was how you needed me to experience it, kind of type of thing. But I wanted to say one more time just that, like, yeah, there was a moment where I laughed at myself.
Oh, I ain't mean to cut you off. Please forgive me.
No, you
didn't. We
just
got lost.
No, it's important. This is good. I think, and you're totally forgiven. And yeah, I'm sorry for cutting you off too. Yeah, just to be able to laugh at myself, bro. And then part of me, I felt, man, my whole life, here I am, and I won't even give my own self a laugh. It's like, because I'm not only am I talking, but I'm listening to myself at the same time. And I wouldn't even laugh. Every time I'd just been like, man, there's an old thing inside of me. You're not enough. You got to be perfect, or nobody's going to pay attention. It's like just a constant system of judgment, And so, to laugh at myself is
my
just
publicist.
Crazy.
My publicist, her name Malvina. She like, God give you what you need a lot of times when you don't even know that you need it. And me and her argue. But she always tell me, like, you gonna be great. That's my life's mission, that you be great. So one of the lessons, we have a lesson every week. And one of the lessons for 1 week, she was telling me, give yourself grace. Cause I'm like you, I'm super critical on myself. If I don't honor the commitments I made to myself, I'm a bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh, definitely. And here's the crazy thing I would do, Kevin. I would go for a run one day or do something, and then I'd be like, we grinding every day. I'm gonna go run 1,000,000 miles. Next week I'm running 7 miles. And then the next day I wouldn't even go for a run, but I'd have built up all of this steam in my head like I was in the Olympics. And so then I'd let myself, my aspirations were so diabolical and ridiculous but when I did let myself down, I would let myself fall from the heights of my aspirations, not even from, you just
Not
took
even
one
from where
run.
you was at.
Yes, you just took one run, you just one neighborhood over. And you got yourself at the Olympic trials in Atlanta. But the shame I would feel would be the fall from the Olympic trials. And I only fucking went, probably 1,100 feet.
That's why everybody that tell me they want to get into fitness, they be like, what you think I should do first? I say baby steps.
Yeah.
Baby steps. Take baby steps. If you walk in the gym and walk out, you still showed up. You did something that you wouldn't have done yesterday.
Yes.
Maybe this time you might get on a treadmill and walk for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. I don't know. Who knows? Start drinking more water. Baby steps. Everything is baby steps.
Yeah. Yeah, I would never even give myself the grace of let me have those babies,
And you know something else I used to do? I used to compare myself to people that was taking steroids and all of that. And I'm like, I want my body to look like this. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah. And I used to watch them dudes say stuff like, if you ain't got no 6-pack, you fat, homie. Yeah. And I was like, damn, I'm fat. So I had unrealistic expectations. I'm just like you. And then I started giving myself grace, and I'm like, I didn't even come in it to look like that. I just wanted my clothes to be able to fit good.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be titty man anymore.
Yeah. He didn't want to have them nice titties on him, boy.
Breastises. I just didn't want to be titty man anymore. And then you start comparing yourself to other people, and we lose ourselves in what we really wanted. What was our goal? I wanted a bedroom body.
That's it.
That's all.
Yeah. I don't want to look good in my pajamas. That's it.
I just wanted a nice little bedroom body. Now all of a sudden I'm just like, man, I want to be Hercules. I'm like, no.
Oh yeah, I want to have muscles on the side of my cock or whatever. You have them dudes, they be flexing their cock. They got one dude, he could flex his cock. I'm like, I don't got to see that.
You been doing them dick lips, huh?
Yeah, you fucking doing something, bro.
Putting they get that fishing string and put it at the end of it with the little weight. When the sinker,
yeah,
and make it flex
with that fishing sinker, that little thing. Dang, man. No, thank you for saying some of that, dude. Yeah, but the first time I ever laughed at myself, I realized how have I been treating myself this whole time?
Horrible.
I've heard you talk a lot about things like that, man. And some of the stuff you say, man, just thank you for sharing. I know you're not a prophet or anything like that, but just thank you for sharing honestly. Because I think that's the greatest thing we can try to do.
Yeah, I'm far from a prophet.
Yeah, but I feel like we can try to share honestly.
I'm profitable.
Yeah.
I'm just not a prophet.
What?
Only reason I say that because, when you hear about prophets, they like these such perfect people.
Yeah.
I ain't perfect. I'm going to make some mistakes today.
Yeah, huh? Titty man on the loose today, baby.
They got a dude at the gym, his name Kevin. When I walk in, he was like, hey, not titty man anymore.
Yeah. Oh, he showed up, huh?
Yeah, because I did an interview and I was like.
Yeah, sorry for calling you titty man.
Nah, it's okay. It's no big deal.
Just joking.
It's beautiful because that's where I came from. I was titty man. Yeah. Like I was holding a baby and the baby tried to suck my titty. I had breasts.
God,
and that was the most embarrassing moment for me ever. I still talk about that to this day. And somebody was like, no, you're one like, I said, yeah, I had breasts. I was titty man. Yeah. So then they heard the interview. And when I went to the gym, it was like, hey, you're not titty man anymore. And I was like.
Oh, I used to stay up and look at my buddy had some tits on him, my buddy.
I was going to do that thing. I used to think that I had, what is called gynecomastia, whatever it's called.
Pull it up, gynecomastia, see what it is.
Gynecomastia.
Where is it, in the Middle East? Oh, gynecomastia.
Whatever is, I don't know how to pronounce the word. I be hearing a lot of people say it. They like gyno or whatever.
Gynecomastia, a condition where male breast tissue enlarges due to an imbalance of estrogen and testosterone.
And they had this surgery where you go get your titty cut out. And I was like, man, I do that. I'm tired of this shit. And I didn't know you got abs under here. And when you work the abs, that's what lift, like your ab muscle don't just, it go all the way up to the pectoral. And that's what lift that. And then doing dips and doing abs, that's what made all of that disappear, just lift.
Got that titty off.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, my buddy had them, and I used to stay up at night, and he would have his shirt off, and I'd look at them bitches, bro.
I hate that.
I liked it.
Like when I used to go to the YMCA.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
I used to go to the one on College. The old one though, not the new, the old one.
Pull up that YMCA in Baton Rouge. The one, there's one over there by the Walgreens. It's kind
not on College, on Foster.
Yeah,
on Foster. The old one on North Foster. I used to go to that one. I'm talking about when I used to come out my shirt. They used to Free Willie. Talking about the well.
Oh damn, yeah.
Oh my God, never in life.
I didn't know people were going through that. Yeah, that's AC Lewis right there. That's a good YMCA. Free Willie out there.
Yeah.
Did you go to school over there ever? Did you?
Yeah.
Did you go to college over there too?
Something like that. I went to community college.
Did you? Where you go? BRCC?
Of course.
Let's go.
Turn up.
My sister used to work over there at Cox Communications over there, man.
I know what is it.
Yeah, my brother went to Southern for a little while. Dang, bro, that's wild. What were you studying over there?
Business.
Yeah.
Introduction to business.
And you graduated, bro.
I ain't graduate.
But overall, you did.
Yeah, I graduated.
Yeah. Big facts, man.
I'm a billion miles past.
yeah. Did you get a degree? I at some point I saw that, or I read in that you got a degree in jail, in prison.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Wow. What was the classes like in there and stuff? What is it?
It wasn't no classes. You just test. I got credits by testing.
Oh, so they don't have like a do y'all do like I'm trying to think of what it's called. Do y'all have like group projects or whatever?
No, you have an administrator that administer the test.
Oh, damn.
And you test. Whenever you ready to test, you test. Well, you can't say whenever you ready to test. Like you might test once a month or something like that. But I had a little way that I was able to keep testing. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them. But so you don't have group projects. I was wondering if you got a group project or something. What if your group leader gets put in like in a solitary confinement or whatever?
It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
It was not like that in Louisiana prisons. It's like really every man for themselves.
So you take your test and then like
you study the curriculum and then you go take a test.
Dang.
You have an administrator that makes sure you don't cheat.
And did other people look down on you if you was trying to study in there or no?
No, you trying to get out. Just trying to get out the dorm.
Yeah,
trying to get out the dorm.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you had like a.
Now, when I went to prison in Chicago, when that's Illinois, it was, I forgot. It's EMCC, East Moline, but I forgot the place in Illinois that it was. Now they had individual classrooms. Like on the campus.
So y'all would go to class?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Dang.
That last bid I did, it changed my life completely. That's how I got into yoga. Like they offer programs and everything.
At the prison?
At the prison. And they had weights. And I say that like I was lifting weights. But they had weights. They like if you wanted to be better, you could become better.
But dude, that reminds me, you ever been at like a hotel or motel and you'll be in the gym working out, they have a family just come look at the gym equipment and then just walk out? Like they just come take a tour?
That just happened to me in you say at the gym?
Yeah, like you'll be in the gym.
That just happened to me in I was in South Carolina. Yeah, I was in South Carolina working out at a hotel in a gym. And they had people passing by the gym and they'd look in the gym and open the door and leave out. But they was having like a fraternity reunion there.
A conference or something?
I forgot what fraternity it was, but it was like from all over the like country. They was there having some kind of reunion.
Like Pan-Hellenic or something like that, maybe?
Nah, they was frats. They was fraternity, and they told me they was in a fraternity. A few of them came in there and talked to me.
Masons or something?
Nah, they wasn't Masons. They was like college.
Oh, Frau Deltas or something?
Something like that.
Chopper Darts?
And they was like, yeah, bro, we down here for some kind of get together. They having parties. They was like,
they
man,
drinking.
Yeah, we big fans. I was like, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, sometimes it's wild. I'll be in the gym and people will come in and just look at the gym like, well, look at this. If it ain't a gym, you know, and then they just leave out.
At least they showed up.
Yeah, that's a good point, huh? That's baby steps.
They showed up.
That's baby steps. Yeah, because I was just wondering if you're in jail, do you have group projects or is there like most likely to, you know, like that kind of thing? Like, is it like a real, like most likely to succeed or most likely to get out of jail or whatever?
It's still individual based learning, but you do earn good time by going to school. I liked it. The way they had it set up in Illinois, they had programs and you earn good time by going to school. It's like that in Louisiana. In some facilities, you earn good time by going to school, but the way they had it set up in Illinois was different. Like they had real programs, like real classrooms that you go to. They got some facilities that offer that, but it's not the same.
So it's more organized over there.
Yeah, it was more, I'm gonna say this. It was based to help people. It was geared toward anti-recidivism. Recidivism is repeat offenders. Anti-recidivism is people that go to jail and become better and don't come back. It was geared toward anti-recidivism. Like in Louisiana, it's not geared toward that. It's geared toward, it's a revolving door. You're going to come back.
Right. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back. That type of thing. See you next time.
You know, like you going in there,
we missed you.
This is one of the worst things, but it was the most beautiful thing that ever happened too, because I needed this. They called me in and they had switched my PO. They switched my PO. So they called me in. I go in. I'm thinking I'm just going to piss.
Yeah.
Like, you know, give an update on what's going on. Yeah, put your hands behind your back. Took me to jail. They say you traveled without notifying anybody. I'm like, y'all switch my PO. I had been attempting to contact and nobody had ever picked the phone up.
Dang. And where'd you go? You took a vacation?
No, I didn't take a vacation. I was working.
I won't say anything.
Yeah, in the same spot that the PO had already approved travel for. And that's what made me start getting copies of everything.
Right, so you got proof of what somebody said.
Yeah, can you sign it? Can I get a travel for it? Can you sign it? And I started getting copies. Can you make me a copy? And I started keeping a folder and keeping copies. It was beautiful, though. It made me be more organized.
Yeah, get some organization in your life and recognize, you got to have proof of what's going on, even for yourself, because you can't even rely on other people's proof because they'll forget the proof. They'll alter the proof. You don't even know sometimes.
I don't believe it's that. Sometimes people get so busy and caught up with what they got going on.
That's true.
That it's easy to forget. If you're dealing with 100 different people, you're not going to possibly remember little old me till my name start buzzing.
Right. Well, that's a good point, too, because that's an interesting way. Sometimes I'll think, this is the way that I'll think, oh, they're doing that on purpose to me. As opposed to what you just said, sounds like people,
adversity builds character.
But people got a million things going on. They're not thinking. They're just doing their shit.
They say never suspect malice of what could be mistaken for incompetence.
Yeah.
Never take as malice for what could be misinterpreted as incompetence.
And it usually is this. Usually is just kind of incompetence.
It's not. People don't just go out of their way to do fucked up shit to you. They just be so preoccupied with what they got going on. They don't even know that this is what they doing.
Yeah.
Until made aware.
But see, there were times in my head I'm like, these motherfuckers, that's how they treat me. But it's not anything like that, you know. But I would take that on.
We're gonna automatically plex.
Yeah.
I still plex sometimes, like develop a complex about feeling like I'm being, mishandled and things of that nature. But I don't even look at it like that. That shit be so petty, because I look at it now like it's an invitation for me to lower my frequency. I stay.
What is something you miss about prison?
I don't miss nothing about prison.
Even something little?
No, I don't miss nothing about prison.
So there's nothing in it. What about even just getting some rest every now and then? Was it like that or no?
I can get rest out here.
Yeah.
I need to go to prison for the get rest.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, man. I'm trying to,
What I miss?
Now I'm going to read ads for some of the prisons.
Somebody come in there making sure you in compliance. Bed made up, all that. I ain't got time for that shit. I do that on my own anyway.
And what about a cellmate at night? Like, do people say goodnight to each other or people just quietly go to sleep?
It depends on if you and your cellie cool. If you got a cellie and y'all cool like that, but with me, anytime I leave, any cellie I have, they gonna always, man, I'm gonna miss you, bro. Cause I keep it going.
Yeah.
I run EPs and everything. And when I say run EPs, that mean like I'm running an episode. Like we talking about shit. But it might go, when I first get in the cell, it might go about 90 days. My cellie gonna always ask me the same thing. Hey, you sleep all day and you be up all night. You don't watch TV and you don't get on the phone. So I be reading. I just read. I read books. I got stacks of books here.
Yeah.
Then I don't even go to child. So like say if you indigent, indigent mean don't nobody send you no money. I'm gonna ask you, you got family out there? They love you? They send you money? You gonna tell me no? That what I'm gonna put $100 on your books? You gonna give me 80 worth of shit, and you gonna just keep the 20 for you?
Yeah. That's business.
Yeah. So you eating and I'm eating because I don't even go to child. So I do hookups every night. I cook.
So you in your own space then?
Yeah, I'm gonna cook every night.
So you kind of try to create your own system within that system, do you feel like, in a way?
No, that's just how I live. That's how I do my time. I do my bid like that. I don't really go to child unless it's on chicken day.
Right.
And then
And no judgment on that.
I probably don't go on chicken day because all the chicken gonna get brought to me anyway. And I'm gonna just cut all that. I'm gonna cut all that up and put that in a soup.
Yeah.
Put that in a hookup. A hookup like where you get a big bowl and we cook.
You got your own thing going. Now,
Yeah.
how do you heat the food up in the cell?
It depends on what spot we at. It depends on where we at. They got some people, they cook on the bunk, like on the middle. They got some people, they got some jails where they give you a hot pot, but you got to rig it to make it boil. It depends. Some people make a stinger.
What is that?
A stinger, that's the thing they hook in the electric socket and a little stinger. It depends.
Oh, there you got somebody grilling something right there on a bed sheet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It depends on what spot we at.
They have some good chefs in prison?
The best.
Amen.
The
Amen,
best.
dude. Yeah, where's that cooking show, huh?
They got people make pizzas, everything. Anything you could think of. Stir fry, everything.
Yeah. I love that.
I was locked up in Florida. They got some shit they do. They call making a brick. Where they take it, man, they put everything in there. Turkey sausage, everything. And I'm talking about everything you could think of, they can get out of the kitchen. They put in there and they make it, they cook it in a Dorito bag and make it like a whole lit brick.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Man, I'm talking about the truth.
Good, huh? You ever do a prison night or something at the house, remake some food like that, or you ever remake any stuff like that for your friends so they can taste it?
Yeah, I done did that for my partners and my little son. He like all that.
Oh, hell yeah.
But we come from that anyway on the street, number ramen noodles and all that. We come from that, putting anything you could find in it.
Yeah, well, the big thing in our house was...
Oh, yeah, my partner used to make he wasn't my celly, but he was like 2 doors down. About 3 doors down, he used to make burritos.
Oh, yeah. Did he really? He's a Mexican guy?
Nah, he wasn't Mexican, but he used to make burritos.
He pretended he was Mexican for
You'd have
dinner, huh?
you'd have thought he was a Mexican.
Yeah. I love a burrito, bro.
Man, he used to make the best ones.
I didn't like him at first because I didn't want to I like sandwiches. I didn't want to betray a sandwich.
He used to do it with all beef, all turkey, all chicken. I'm talking about the truth.
My God.
Onions, everything. Bell peppers, everything.
Oh.
He was putting everything in it.
Now, all the ingredients, do you get them through the jail or some people smuggle in a bell pepper?
You get that from commissary, but like vegetables and shit, all that's going to get broke. That's coming from the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's going to get broke. That's broke.
And what about, got any good desserts in prison? Was there ever like a...
Yeah, they got dudes in there make candy. They got dudes in there make ice cream.
Yeah, dang, really? Wow, I would love that.
They got dudes make everything in there. Them some of the most creative people you're going to ever meet in your life.
Yeah, really is.
Them some of the most intelligent people you're going to ever meet in your life.
Yeah.
The most intelligent.
You talk about weights, you talk about yoga. You got any yoga when you're in there?
Yeah. I accidentally got in the yoga.
How'd that happen?
My partner kept telling me, man, bro.
But I think a lot of black men, you can't just say I got into yoga. I think you have to be like, I accidentally
no,
got into
look,
yoga.
I was against it. I was all the way against it.
Oh, yeah.
He was telling me, man, bro, I'm telling you, bro, they got yoga classes. I said, well, you go in there and bend over. I'm not going in there and do that shit. You go in there and bend your ass over.
Yeah.
So I was like too hard for myself, just whatever. So one of my partners from across the hall, he was like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna holler at you. I'm about to go do yoga. I say, for what? He was like, man, I couldn't even he was telling me he had knee pains and all kind of different pains in his joints. He said, I don't even have that shit no more since I've been doing yoga. he say, man, everything on me, like, he say it's been healing my body. So I'm like, whatever. Like 2 days pass, I give it a try. I go in the first maybe 2 poses of the shit I did, I'm thinking it's some bullshit. Like, you know, when you see on TV, you see people, oh, namaste.
Yeah.
You know, you thinking it's bullshit. So I did it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe after the 3rd pose, I ran to the bathroom and shitted everything. Like, it cut my appetite. It's really what started my fitness journey. Like, a lot of the people that was lifting weights and doing all that will still come and do yoga because I had read in the the Arnold Schwarzenegger encyclopedia, that big yellow book.
What's he got on there? Yeah, it's called
There you go, right there, Arnold Schwarzenegger encyclopedia. That's the one. But he did yoga. He was like, whenever a lion wake up, a lion stretch first before they do anything. So I started looking at it, and you know, when you start feeding yourself that when you know your brain open up to something different when you reading it, because you become like an information freak. You become like a seeker of knowledge because this is the only thing that's stimulating you mentally. You know what I'm saying? You being stimulated by new information. So then I was like, man, yeah, I'm gonna go fuck with it. So I started fucking with it. I came home, I got off it, but then I had got back on it, and now I'm like fully committed.
Oh yeah, dude, I've definitely done some yoga where you will shit. You have shit. You're like, damn, this shit been missing.
It cuts your appetite and everything.
Yeah.
If I don't do yoga, I feel weird.
Yeah. Oh, dude, there's nothing better when you get done with yoga and you cut off the computer or however you do.
Man,
you know,
I love when my yoga coach used to tell me, "Thank you for allowing me to share this space with you. Namaste."
Yeah.
I'm like, I bet you not like this at the house. But in my brain, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, yoga sometimes, bro. There'd be a pose one time I would do something with my shoulder.
I had shoulder pain, all that shit.
It unlocked something inside of me. My tears just coming out of my face, just stuck in my muscles.
You know that's crazy? That happened to me doing a pigeon pose. And I was just in the pose. I was laying there, and I ain't want to lift back up because I was just crying uncontrollably. And she came and put her hands on my back, and she was like, the energy that you're feeling right now is not your own. It's just psychic debris. You're having an emotional detox.
Damn.
Release it. And I was just breathing through it. And then I did the left side. And then whoever tell us about emotional detoxes, I ain't grew up knowing about that shit. I ain't know that everything that we go through traumatically, it harness itself somewhere in some type of muscle fascia or somewhere in the fascia. I ain't know that shit.
Well, there's not a lot of guys There's not a lot of guys, I don't feel like, where you're from talking about this stuff, man. What do you think's really took you?
I felt like it was, I'm gonna be honest with you. I did prejudge it. I thought that was for pussies.
Oh yeah.
When they first told me about yoga, I'm not about to do that bitch ass shit.
Especially in prison. I didn't even know they had different sports. I thought homosexuality was the only sport in prison.
The first thing I told them, I say, man, you going there and bend your ass over. I'm not about to do it.
Yeah, fucking little zesty.
Next thing I know, I was doing them warrior poses and all that shit.
You in there, bro?
That shit ain't no joke.
Yeah, you get in there with your little sugar cane in there. I ain't going in there. That's how I would think at first. You know, you get in there with your little spicy baby body.
Nah, you only victim of what you entertain.
Yeah. Oh, but that's how I was. I was against everything.
Yeah, I used to flex like that. I think in juvenile detention, because you hear so many fucked up stories about jail. When you go in there, they gonna try to fuck you.
Yeah, they fucking people.
And you think that's how it's going. So
yeah, don't wear no cologne in there.
When you go in there, the first thing you do is plex. And what I mean by plex, you have a complex. You're in defense mode. But when you get there, you really see that prison is structured.
Yeah.
It's really off respect. It's ran off respect. Respect run the compound. Ain't nobody gonna pass by you and not say, excuse me. It's different.
Do you admire the level of respect that was in there in some ways?
I give my respect first, but at the end of the day, I still demand it.
Did you get treated special because you had celebrity in your life, you think?
I wasn't a celebrity at first.
Got it.
Like juvenile detention through that circuit, I wasn't a celebrity.
Was it scary to go back to prison? Like, damn, now they know
Juvenile facilities are more chaotic than adult facilities.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
So they way more chaotic. So that's where the fighting and all that go on every day. In adult prison, it's structured. It ain't like that. It's laid back.
Yeah.
That shit they be showing on TV, them Mickey Mouse camps.
Yeah.
That's not no
Right, it's not real shit.
That's not no maximum security. That's not no none of that. Them Mickey Mouse camps.
I used to want to
That's
go.
not like Louisiana. Like Louisiana prisons are the roughest prisons from my perspective, because I done been around a little bit. I haven't been to prison in Canada. So
It sounds nice.
Man, they had the best food.
Oh man, Canada's great. I would go to prison in Canada.
It was different. Like the way they respect you there is like the way the guards respect you there is different. When you get to Louisiana, it's a whole nother story.
Yeah. Always different. There's a different way that people communicate overall. Dude, I'll tell you this, even what I noticed about racial stuff in Canada when I was up there, I feel like sometimes in America, especially growing up in the South, there's some tension between black and white, I feel like, but there's a lot of history, right?
Louisiana, Mississippi, our white boys different.
Yeah. Oh, for
They
sure.
different.
But in Canada,
They different.
in Canada, there's no racial
They
tension.
not regular white boys in Mississippi and Louisiana. They built different.
Well, some of them seem like
I got a partner right now. We was locked up. If you call him G White, you might as well just go and get ready.
Dang.
Just don't even call him. If you call, because you know that'd be like,
He's getting
what up,
active.
G White? You know, you say that
Yeah.
to like, you know, he think he a nigga. You know, man, what up, G White? Man, they got some white boy. They not going for that.
yeah.
I'm not going. You not about to call me G White. We could fight all we could play with that knife. And that's how they come. And they built like that.
Yeah, it's changed a little bit, huh?
Nah, it ain't changed. It been like that.
You think?
Yeah, you got real niggas and bitch niggas everywhere you go.
God dang, I
So
hope.
it's like it's like
I'm glad to know that, I guess.
yeah, it's you only victim of what you entertain.
Yeah.
See, like when you went to the sugar cane, baby, that conversation, I ain't even agreeing because
Yeah.
I'm not in.
Right.
If you agreeing, you in.
Oh, dang.
That was your conversation.
I'm not talking to me.
Like when you was like, yeah, I want to be in there with my sugar baby and a yoga thing. I was like,
I said there were men in there. I think there's creative men in there.
yeah, I just that wasn't my conversation.
yeah.
I'm a real Vic, so that just went over my head. I ain't no new J.
Me too, bro. I ain't about that shit.
Yeah, so when somebody had them kind of conversations,
I ain't having them.
yeah, that just go over my head.
Me too.
Cause if you agreeing, you in. You only victim of what you entertain.
I'm chilling. I ain't smiling about nothing. I feel that.
Not like if you agreeing, you in, but if you entertain it,
Right. Oh, I see
you know,
what you're saying.
you open the door for that.
Yeah, not me. I'm locking that up.
And that's one thing I teach my son. Like, sometimes he'll see something on the internet, like a comment. I say, hey, you don't entertain that, you a man.
Right.
Don't never let nobody defeat you with words. You don't entertain it.
How did you start to get to know yourself, right? Because you talked about that.
Solitude.
Really?
Solitude.
Because you're one of the few people. You're one of the few kind of rappers I feel like that I've met or experienced or paid attention to that I know of that talks about that kind of stuff. Their relationship with themselves, right?
Most of the things that we did, excuse me, I can't say we. I'm gonna say me. I'm gonna speak for me.
All right.
Most of the things that I did in my life that people would consider heroic or violent, or that I got stripes for, that was out of fear or seeking validation from somebody older than me.
But how did you start to realize that's what was going on? Like that you, like when you say solitary, being by yourself.
Being in solitude, spending time alone.
So what was that practice? Did you have a practice that started? I mean, you said like a little bit of yoga, so that kind of opened up your idea to like doing something different. But what was there somebody who started to teach you these practices? Because it's hard to get from just
when the student ready to learn, the teacher appeal. Once you start walking this path, like this path led me to doing this right now, today. And when I leave here, I don't know who I'm gonna meet that may give me a tidbit of knowledge that's gonna propel me forward. I don't know. And it just, you pick it up. The reward really is in the journey. So I just pick up little tidbits along the way. Yeah. Or how you say it? Tidbits. My bad.
Yeah,
That's that Louisiana. That's that Louisiana. My tongue heavy.
that tidbits. Oh yeah.
So I talk lazy.
What when you look on your life, what is some of the worst pain that you felt like you have ever been in?
Physical, emotional, or
Emotional, probably I would say, or mental. Like, because I've heard you talk about trauma and overcoming past traumas. You don't hear a lot of people talk like that, you know. So like, I'm just like,
Recently, 2020, I was gonna kill myself.
Damn.
I had deleted my my Instagram for like a year and a half. I was gonna kill myself because I only felt appreciated for my ability to do. And then I was always looking at Instagram, and it was like I was comparing. And I spoke about this before. I was comparing my life to other people's life, and comparison really is the killer of all joy. And I didn't understand that until I started looking at my life like, damn, like I'm seeing everybody highlight reel, but at the end of the day, I'm just me. But everybody else living so great. But that's just the highlights. That's not what they going through every day. And it took me getting off Instagram and getting off social media, period, to see that people really do love me and enjoy the world and start having gratitude. Like, think about the things you're grateful for. Not what you don't have and not how shit not going, but think about all the good shit and just be thankful. Like, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. And that's when things started to kind of change for me.
A lot of people say that kind of stuff, but it's not a practice in their life, right? It's not like a real truth that they're living. I think that's one thing to me that's interesting about you. It feels like that's really how you have chosen to live your life. What were like practices?
I'm gonna be honest, every day not gonna be a good day.
Right.
For me. But I'm still gonna go to the gym.
Right.
Because that is my therapy. And I kind of train myself to know that whenever I have like a fucked up feeling, like the days that I don't even want to go, them the days that I had the best workouts. I done kind of started playing a game with myself. I know when certain people start texting me and it's low vibrational people, something good must be about to happen. There's got to be a test. Something good about to happen. And I just started training myself to look at it like that, and that's really how it be going now.
Yeah. Yeah, alternate at taking the opposite choice, making the opposite choice, because everything inside of you is like, take off today, take it easy, don't do.
I swear to God,
yeah.
Like I went and jogged and everything before I came here.
Amen. I heard you talk about before about like a lot of men you don't feel like are living their truth, right?
They not.
I feel like we're in a tough spot, like with like love and the value, the moral value of relationships and stuff like that.
You're not like. Ain't nobody really loving people no more. I think I'm the only person right now that's like really living in my authenticity. I'm talking about as far as like on the main stage. Like people say what's politically correct, and I don't give a fuck what nobody think about me. Cause if everybody like me, then I'm pussy. You know what I'm saying? I want to be liked by everybody. He who is a friend to everyone is a friend to no one. I'm not friendly, but I'm a great friend. And that's just my perspective on it. Like, it's a lot of people that won't allow themselves to love somebody based on their past situations or the bumps and mistakes that they made, and for fear of how the rest of the world will look at them.
Yeah.
I don't care how the world look at me. Don't care. I'm living life out loud.
Damn,
boom,
dude.
boom, 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 boom.
Really. Dude, I'll tell you this, Kevin. I remember times in my life I was like, man, I wouldn't date a certain girl because of what my friends would think of her, bro. And then I spent like a couple years like that one time.
I had that problem, but
then I missed out on a good opportunity,
man,
too.
once I started fucking, listen, once I started fucking with this little chick, everybody told me don't fuck with her. She ended up being, and still to this day, we still good friends. She was one of the most solid people I ever met. And this back from when I was still on the block. Shit. And we still cool. She doing good for herself now. She in the real estate and shit now. But this from back when I was on the block with it.
Oh, yeah.
She was dancing. She used to dance. And everybody, man, don't mess with her. She a stripper. And she ended up being one of the most solid people. And that's when I realized it's the people that the world say the most fucked up shit about be the best people. And the people everybody praise and be like, yeah, this person, he's such a great guy. They really be barbaric behind closed doors.
Damn.
They don't have no morals. They don't have no principles. They don't stand for nothing. So I just noticed like some of your better people be the people that everybody don't like.
Well, I think it's tough for people.
You kind of one of them people, like, when I say authentic, like, you pretty much do your own shit. You one of them people.
Thanks.
To me, like, you live in your authenticity. A lot of people be like, the stuff that you say, a lot of people wouldn't say it for fear of how it would be perceived. You just say it, and I'm like, I fuck with that. I can't help but to fuck with it. Like,
that's a good point,
right? You just real people.
Thanks for the compliment, man. I try my best. I think the tough part is
it was the truth. Like, it was the truth.
Right. I think the tough part is just I'm just always still trying to figure out who I am, and I'm amazed at new things that come along.
Most people won't admit that. Like, one of my albums that's about to come out is called Don't Know What I'm Doing, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Most people won't admit that they don't know what they're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm still discovering new parts of myself every day. I don't know. People be asking me, so what you gonna do today? I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet.
How do you keep your ego? Because this is something I've noticed in my life, right? Like my ego. What do I do? How do I figure out what is my ego and what is self-confidence and self-worth? Like, do you know what I'm talking about? Your ego can slip in.
To be honest, 2025, some people could say that I'm operating out of ego, but I'm not giving to nobody but me. Like, I'm not. I've given everything I had to give, and now everybody else can just figure it out. and we can say that's ego, that's cool, but when I go to the gym, I don't ego lift.
Right.
I don't lift the heaviest weights in there. I do what's comfortable for me. I work at my own pace. Hey, you know, what I eat doesn't make you shit, and what you eat doesn't make me shit. So if you want to go in there and be the world's strongest person, you know, good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great for you. I do what works for me. And like, I always make sure, am I getting what I came for? I just want to get what I came for.
Like, what do you mean by that?
Like, when I go to the gym, I don't get sidetracked and socializing.
Yeah.
What I mean by socializing is, I knew I had this interview today, and I already made the commitment. So I'm going to honor that commitment. So when I went, I'm just giving you an illustration.
For sure.
Or example. So when I went to the gym today, I went in there to get what I came for. I ain't coming here to be friendly. I ain't coming here to socialize. And what I mean by socializing, you know, your uncle paid by y'all over there socializing, huh?
Yeah.
Socializing? Yeah, y'all over there socializing. You lying to him and he lying to you. Y'all lying to each other. So I ain't coming here to socialize.
Yeah, man. I think having parameters for yourself and boundaries for what your goals are. That's I think.
And had I not did what I needed to do to raise my frequency, me going to the gym today was committing an act of self-love, I wouldn't have been able to do this.
Right.
I feel great now.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I feel amazing.
Yeah, your energy comes in, and yeah, it's funny because you come in, I feel like, damn, I want to be on a level.
Well, you came in when I saw Jesse, and every time I see Jesse, Jesse is a friend. And he's always been a good friend of mine. Lately, something's changed. If you're watching this, Jesse, shout out to you, Jesse. He was like, every time I see him,
with those eyes.
He was like, every time he sees me, makes a song about stealing my fucking girl. And that's just a joke that we got every time I see him.
Good to see you, Jesse, bro.
Yeah, Jesse, if you're watching this.
He's watching, man.
If you're watching, Jesse, this one's for you, brother.
It's for you, buddy. It's for you, buddy. Did you have self-hatred and stuff? Did you deal with that?
Of course.
How'd you know you had it?
My actions. You know who told me, who kind of started the conversation? I was talking to Plies one day.
Really?
Yeah, and it may not seem like it, but that's a real intelligent dude. So he was like, man, Gates, that's something I be noticing, bro. He said, Gates, man, you be acting like an ugly nigga, man. I said, what you mean? You be moving around like an ugly nigga, man, and you not no ugly nigga. You handsome, but I'm just saying you be like an ugly nigga. And I be like, what you mean? Man, you got to have some security with you. Can't nobody be just touching you. And then we would sit down at the table, and a lady was trying to tell me, he said, hold on, now I'm delicate. I ain't know what he meant, but he was talking about setting those energetic boundaries for yourself. Like, everybody not supposed to have access to you because it's taxing on your spirit. It's draining. Yeah. It's draining. Certain phone calls is draining.
Oh.
Hello?
Yeah.
What's going on? they about to tell you some bullshit, some bad news. I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my ego. You act like you don't care. I don't. It's not that I don't give a fuck. I could just give a fuck less.
Yeah.
I care about me.
Right.
Fuck that. I don't want to hear that shit.
Damn. Yeah, it's so true, man.
Because a person that
you'll
don't
take it on.
A person that don't, you're not doing the work every day.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm doing the work every day. So a person that's not doing the work every day, it's really nothing you could tell me because I'm doing the work every day. Like I go weeks sometime without eating when I'm fasting, when I need clarity. I just stop eating. I'm 3 days in, no food. You wouldn't even go 3 hours.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I have a headache. That's your body detoxing. So I don't even listen to people like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. People
don't care.
People get all fattened out or whatever they cook. Yeah, people just wasting your
food,
time.
Food could be used as a drug sometimes. Sometimes food could be used as a coping mechanism. Because I used to use food as a coping mechanism. Sometimes I overeat or sometimes I wouldn't eat.
What would your snack be if you had like an evening snack, nighttime snack, good night Kevin or whatever snack?
Now or then?
Back then.
I used to drink a lot of syrup.
Straight syrup?
No, I used to mix it with like the pineapple sun kiss.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Activist was out. I used to like the cough syrup. I used to mix it with pineapple sun kiss, Sprite, and Mountain Dew. Them was my favorites.
Damn, and some syrup?
Yeah.
What kind of log cabin light or whatever?
And then I used to have to eat. What was my favorite thing to eat? I liked them little the Uncrustables, the little
with the peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah. I liked them. And what else I used to eat? Something else I used to eat all the time. I don't know if
Doritos maybe or something.
I don't know if it was chicken wings. It was something. I forgot. It was something I used to eat all the time. I forgot. I know it was unhealthy, whatever it was.
But you're talking about drugs.
Yeah, I used to do drugs.
Codeine syrup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Codeine.
I didn't know what you were talking about at first.
Yeah.
Wow, and you were addicted to it.
I ain't gonna say addicted, but
you enjoyed
I
it.
didn't like it. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
But now
I never went to rehab either.
You didn't?
No. Rehab's for quitters. Yeah. I'm not trying to quit.
But you don't do that anymore, though.
Because I found a new drug. Fitness.
Yeah.
My new drug of choice.
Do you notice, though, or are you able to notice a different feeling of how much different you feel making those
I miss
choices?
Yes, I'm going to be honest. And I hate to say what I'm about to say. When people be like, I miss the old Kevin, I get it. Because I miss the old Eminem when he was on drugs.
Yeah.
That's the Eminem I like. That's the Eminem I like. I like the Eminem that was on drugs.
Oh, yeah.
So I know what people mean when they, man, I miss the old Kevin. I'm like, I get it. I get it. Because, I miss him too.
Yeah.
I do. But I'm not about to sacrifice the way I feel for that. Like, I love where I'm at now.
Well, I think that's a trap, too, is to stay where you are. It's a trap.
Man, you can grow with me or you can grow without me. But either way, it's onward and upward with me. But I do get it, though, when people say, man, I miss the old Kevin. Because I miss the old Eminem. I do. I miss the old Eminem. I swear to God, I do.
Oh, yeah, I believe that. I miss, there's times in my own life that I missed. There's times in my own life where I felt like I was funnier or like had better ideas and stuff, but things just change and sometimes it's different.
Nah, I like where I'm at now.
Yeah?
I like where I'm at now. Man, I'm a motherfucking supermodel, man. I love where I'm at now. This shit different now. I used to couldn't even do the wheel, the ab wheel. Now I do that shit effortless.
Really?
I go jogging in the morning, effortless. It's just automatic. When I stretch, it's effortless. When I my bitch, it's just effortless. It's
wow.
And I do everything better. And I hate to say what I just said, but it's the God honest truth. I wouldn't change this for the world. It was time drinking, sir. My dick wouldn't even get hard.
Oh, yeah.
And not to get off on those sexually related type, but I had erectile dysfunction at 23, 24 years old because of all the drugs I was doing. So I'm okay. I would never trade that for this. I love where I'm at now. I can sing better. Like my singing voice has matured now because I'm not on drugs. So I love where I'm at. Now the music that I make music that I can work out in the gym to now. So I get it though. I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
But I don't care. But I understand.
Yeah.
I miss the old Gates, yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, I think
Great.
But I think the new Gates is really prophetic. I think the new Gates says some things that are really.
Man,
I think the new Gates says.
bro, say, bro, I love you, bro. You scaring me right now.
I am?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't want to be a prophet.
Okay, I won't.
That's scary. Like,
yeah, that's true, man.
Scary
Well,
when you say shit like that. Like, that's crazy. Like, you the first person that I ever sat in front of that said that to me. Like, thank you. I love you for being able to see me. But that's scary.
Yeah, maybe that's unnecessary kind of.
And
like,
I don't mean it like that. It's somebody else that's when they see this, they're gonna be like, "See, I told you." Because there's some people that argue with me like, "I told you was a prophet." I'm like, "But prophets are perfect. I'm not perfect."
Yeah. No, I don't think that.
I wouldn't have made it in the book. Hey, I'd tell you, it's a good thing I wasn't around Jesus. I'd have made us look bad.
Yeah. Instead of a disciple, you didn't need some.
I'd have made us look bad.
Discipline.
You know what I'm saying?
In general, let's get prophets right here. In general, most religious traditions do not consider prophets to be perfect in the sense of being entirely free from error or sin, while they're often revered for the divine connection and ability to convey God's message. It's still a lot of pressure. I like the new bars you have just as much as the old bars, man. That's what I like.
Hey, at least somebody cares.
That's what I like, dude.
At least somebody cares. But it's just, it's not to say that you're wrong for saying that. It's just a few people in my camp, in my circle, that be like, you're a prophet, right? And I'm like, no, I don't want to be that.
Yeah.
And I guess it's me shying away from the responsibility of that. I don't want that responsibility. If I said something and it helped, take it for what it's worth. I made a bunch of mistakes to get to, whatever knowledge and wisdom I gave you. I made a bunch of mistakes to get to that point.
Yeah. How do you be a parent that was different than how you was parented? Because that's one of the most important things.
We could go anywhere. Mm-hmm. We could go anywhere, like, because the truth hurts, but it heals. So we could have any kind of conversation. What makes me a better parent is I was sexually victimized and I didn't have a safe place to communicate. I created a space for my children to communicate with me. So they say when you work on yourself, you heal 7 generations backwards and 7 generations forward. And damn, I hate to say this, but somebody before me, they was sexually victimized also. So it was like something that kind of ran in the family.
Oh yeah, like a learned behavior, or okay, yeah.
It was like they had went through the same thing, and by me creating that space for my children to be able to communicate with me, don't nobody never touch you there, nobody, you always talk to me. I don't judge my children. As long as you tell me the truth, I'm never gonna be upset with you no matter what it is. I'm here to help you figure it out. That's me. So anyway, I broke those generational curses. Or generational traumas, let's say that. They're not generational curses, generational traumas. So I broke that. And the reason I don't really speak on that, like, because it was, my family's still kind of healing from that situation.
That's understood.
Like me and my mother, we got a beautiful relationship now. Like, it's super beautiful, but it was estranged for a while. Yeah. Because I wasn't able to communicate. So now it's beautiful because we communicate, and me going back and forgiving my mother and forgiving myself and things of that nature, you got to realize they didn't know what they was doing. Nobody handed them a pamphlet and said, this is how you rear children. Yeah. So when they hear shocking news like that, the first thing they do is panic. They don't think to act. But me, I think to act. I don't think to just say, oh God, what? That's not how you stop bullying. Fighting solves everything. I teach my children that. Fighting solves everything. Like, I tell my son, like, if you go to school and if somebody say something to you, don't worry about that. But if somebody put their hands on you, you punch them right in their nose and you don't stop. You keep going. When I come to the school, I'm gonna be like, I can't believe you did all this bitch ass shit. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill your motherfucking ass. I'm gonna do all that. I'm gonna make it look good when I get there. Then after that, I'm gonna take you and buy you every toy in the store. Because fighting solves everything.
You gotta.
We don't. What's that coach at Texas? What he said? We don't raise no pussies.
Yeah.
I forgot
was
that
that?
coach. I forgot
The football
his name.
guy?
Yeah. He said, we don't raise no pussies.
He died, didn't he?
I forgot the coach name. I just seen that shit.
Woody
one
Allen.
time.
Yeah, Michael Leach.
He was like, we don't raise no pussies.
Yeah.
But that's just one of my biggest things when I could say the way I parent is different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't parent like that. I parent different.
Like, will you like?
I parent like Coach Knight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I parent like Coach Knight.
Yeah.
I parent like a coach.
Okay.
My grandfather was like a coach, like that tough love.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I parent.
Yeah, I think people don't realize like how they look at their children too is important. If you always look at your child with like, will you go do that or this is wrong or something, then they feel like something is always wrong, right? Like the look you put into your child's eyes, like your child is kind of like a cup and you're like a pitcher.
Well, it is accountability going on. Like they have to make their beds, they have to go to school, they have to do these things, and if not, then you can't play the game.
Right.
You're gonna have to take accountability. Like my son and my daughter know, and my daughter, she not even 13 yet. She came to me and told me, Daddy, is there anything I could help do around the house to make your life more easier? Like one of her chores is you keep the kitchen clean. Still gotta make your bed, still gotta go to school, but you keep the kitchen clean. My son, you gotta make your bed, still gotta go to school, but you make sure the trash put out. And I just give them little jobs.
Yeah.
And then you earn what you earn your wages.
Yeah.
I pay them $250 a week.
Do you really? $250? Yeah. Dang, bruh.
I pay them $250 a week.
Ooh,
You want Robux, you want that, you gotta. I pay them.
Wow. Damn,
But they work.
Oh yeah, they could have a Chevy sedan by September. That's a good amount of money.
Yeah, my daughter, she like into the furry costumes.
Mm-hmm.
They be dressing up like. Don't kill me because I don't want to say it 'cause she real defensive about this. No, Dad, it's not. That's what it's called. It's called this. I don't know the name of it, but they dress up like
Little,
animals. And I did it one time with her.
Okay.
And that was my way of like going into her world. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I want to post the video that me and you did on TikTok, but I'm scared people are going to hate on it. I say, promise me you're going to do one thing. She said, what? I heard Floyd Mayweather say this. Say, no matter what you do, if you do something good, if you do something bad, if you do something for yourself or you do something for other people, people gonna always have something to say about you. So just promise me that you're gonna make yourself happy. Oh yeah, that's me right there.
Which one?
I'm about to come in on the furry. Yeah, that's me right there. Look.
Ooh, Kevin. Yeah, that's beautiful, man. Ooh, wow. And what animal is that?
I don't know what I was. I think I was like a little wolf or something.
Yeah, that's a damn little Cajun wolf.
And then. So she was afraid to post it, but then once she posted it, the shit went viral, like 'cause she was already lit in the furry community.
Oh, I
hope I'm saying it right, Isla. If you watching me, don't.
Yeah, young lady, we're just trying to.
I love you.
Your father's just honoring what you guys got going on there.
But that was my way of going into her world.
Right, and saying, "Look, I'm proud of what I do. I spend time with my daughter." Yeah,
like
it's important.
I'm proud of them. Like. Just telling them you love them every day, hugging on them and letting them know, hey, I'm proud of you.
Oh, yeah.
Like that reassurance.
Oh, dude.
They not afraid to make me mad. You know what they're afraid to do? Disappoint me. The same way I'm afraid to disappoint God, they're afraid to disappoint me.
Yeah, that relationship is just so important, man. It's so important, like, yeah, I remember, I was so angry as a kid, man. I wish I'd had that relationship.
I used to get angry, like if I see somebody spending time with their father playing basketball, I'd be like, bitch ass.
Yeah.
Because I wanted that, but now I am that. And then I can't be upset with my real father because we had some beautiful times together.
Oh, yeah.
We had some beautiful times together. The times we had.
Yeah. What was a special time? My mom, I remember one time, so my mom delivered like newspapers and stuff, so one time, I think I got sick. I couldn't go to school, but she had to work, and so I got to go on her route with her. And she would go, and then we took a ride. We went out to over by Picayune, and we went. They had a Wendy's over there, and we got a Wendy's sandwich over there. And it was like the only time I ever remember doing something to me and my mom. But I remember this, everything about it, how I was sitting, what we were doing. Just we had like a nice day together, you know. But I had to get sick at school to even just because my mom always had to work. So I'm not like whining about it. It's just like, but I remember that it was important to me, you know.
As we get older, sometimes it let us know that the act of love that they had coming from where we come from was them sacrificing time with us to make sure that we had food on the table. Is looking at it in hindsight,
that's a good point.
make me like, damn, like I appreciate you more. Like even my children understand, like in October, I'm going on tour. I love y'all, but I got to go do this. But I love y'all.
Right.
So I spend as much time as I can with y'all, but also I got to go do this in October. But I love y'all.
Yeah, for me to have a new perspective instead of, man, I bet my mom didn't want to leave me to go to work. Instead, I'm thinking.
What parent does?
Right.
Nobody leaves Earth saying, hey, wish I could have spent more time throwing the papers out, delivering the papers. Everybody leave, even the richest businessmen men on Earth, they leave and say, I wish I could have spent more time with my family.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful because it's about balance. And I don't beat myself up for the time that I'm not there. I understand that they understand. Because I talk to them. I don't baby talk. I talk to them regular.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is communicating what's going on probably, you know. What's different about your tour this time? How do you feel about it? Like, do you notice that changes for you as you grow up?
What's different about my tour this time?
Because in October it starts, yeah?
Me.
It's just another thing.
I'm different. I'm not the same person I was last year. I'm better.
Okay.
Way better. And, man, I could go down the list, but I could say one of the biggest things, I started giving myself grace. I don't beat myself up no more. I used to beat myself up.
Yeah. What would you say, like in your head, what would that be like, you think?
I beat myself up. The way I would beat myself up is I would replay something I did and it'll bring shame till I almost cringe when I think about it. Like, no, man, players, like I tell myself, excuse me, you probably don't know this. I talk to myself.
Okay.
All geniuses talk to themselves. And ever since I read that, it kind of gave me the green light to start talking to myself more. But if I do something, I'll be like, players fuck up too.
Oh,
Players fuck up too.
Players do fuck up.
Players fuck up too. And I always tell myself, players fuck up too. Learn from your mistakes, don't make them no more. Yeah. And I talk to myself. I used to be hard on myself like a coach, like, hey, bitch.
Yeah.
But I'm still like a coach in the gym. I'd
Get
be
in
like,
there, bitch.
I'd be like, hey, the weights ain't gonna push themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got enough strength to do that, but you ain't got enough strength to lift the cover and get up and go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I'm more like motivational toward myself with that. But if it's because you have moments that might come up from the past and it might just come up in your mental inventory, and then when it come up, instead of running from it,
all the time I go like that.
I do that all the time. And then you know what I start doing? I sit with it. Man, players fuck up too. That shit ain't nothing. You the only one remember that, Kevin. Don't nobody else even remember that shit.
That's crazy.
Don't nobody remember that shit.
The only thing keeping that messed up moment alive is you.
Yeah, I'm giving energy to that bullshit, man. Players fuck up too, man. I'm fly.
Players fuck up too.
Players fuck up too, man. I might walk out of here and trip, but I'm gonna it's gonna be a fly. When I trip, I might do a little dance move or something. It's gonna be a fly trip when I trip.
Oh,
ain't nobody trip better than me.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be beautiful little trip.
Man, players fuck up too,
dude.
Man.
If I see you trip, I'm gonna be like, man, players. Hey, that's graceful, bro. Players.
I'm gonna laugh at myself.
Yeah,
I don't care who see me make a mistake.
yeah.
I've been on stage sometime, make a mistake. Hey, excuse me, I just made a mistake.
Yeah.
Hey, the beautiful thing about mistakes is it's okay for people to see you make a mistake. Just don't never let a motherfucker see you quit.
Ooh.
You gonna watch me make mistakes, but you ain't gonna never watch me quit. Like I tell people, I still don't get tired. I've been up since 3:30.
Oh yeah, I've heard that in your song too.
Yeah, I still don't get tired. I've been up since like 3:30 this morning.
Dang, Bro, I'm fucking fired up all of a sudden.
Yeah, energy only translate to more energy.
Is that true?
Yeah, like energy translate to more energy. Now, once I go eat my meal, supposed to be having between me and you, supposed to be having dinner tonight.
Oh,
That's why I had on this suit.
okay, it's nice. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm supposed to be having dinner. But between me.
Yeah,
But anyway, but
you got a date for dinner?
I'm
Or
supposed
no?
to be having dinner, but after I eat that meal, kind of get some good rest.
Oh, I love that. I love getting a good rest. Do you have I want to ask you a couple more things before you go. You are a religious man.
Religious smidges.
Yeah.
Religious smidges. But yeah, I guess.
Or do you feel like because people say that you're a Muslim man.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm spiritual.
Okay.
I'm spiritual. But like the word Muslim in Arabic, it only means believer.
Right.
So I'm a believer, but I'm very spiritual.
Got it.
Like I believe spirituality is if I walk in a room and something don't feel right and I leave, and something bad happened, I believe I was guided by God to leave. I done been in a club in New York. I'm like, come on, let's go. We go outside. As soon as we go outside, a fight break out. Somebody get shot. But I just felt like it was time to go. And I just always been like that.
Why do you think it's so hard for us to step into what we really believe we want? Because when I hear you say that, that's what it hits me as. It's
I've
like,
been saying that though. I say it in my song. I say when Allah said my new wife will pray together and I'm going to keep her sacred. I say that in the song, so I manifested this. I didn't know it was going to be her.
but as men, why do you think it's so hard for a lot of men to just, it's like, man, I'm just so tired of everything that's not means something.
Because you don't get fulfillment. I done had more hoes than clothes. I never got no fulfillment from having a bunch of different women. That shit is stressful. It's vexating to my spirit. It don't give me no fulfillment. A lot of men ain't gonna say that. And then I've been on a semen retention journey for the last, maybe 5 years. I talked about like retaining the life force, retaining the semen, not watching porn, not jacking off, taking that sexual energy and transmuting it into something else. So if I have a craving to go jack off or I'm horny or whatever you want to call it, I go to the gym or I go to the studio, I transmute that energy into something else. And
most people are just out here jacking off.
Man, you realize though when you see dudes with a lot of women, but them dudes be stressed out. Like, you know what I'm saying? As a man, you gonna see shit that you gonna look, but at the same time, you ain't gonna help me on my mission. You gonna take away. You ain't gonna add value to me. You gonna take from me. You know, behind closed doors, do you speak life into me? Do you help me become greater? Are you helping me become greater? Like, it don't really be that. And if you are helping me become greater, are you helping me become greater for me? Or are you helping me become greater for you? Or are you manipulating me? Or are you verbally abusive to me behind closed doors? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you using my flaws against me? You know, there's a lot of women that'll do that too. And no, excuse me, I can't say women. It's a lot of people that'll do that.
Oh, for sure.
Because I done had men do that too, like bring up stuff from the past and try to hold it against me to keep you within whatever kind of energetic construct that they have for you because they need your energy. Everybody's life is great, but we suffer. So that's why I'm at with it right now. Like,
Yeah, that seems to be something that's kind of vexing our community.
I wasn't even gonna talk about this, but shit, you the one, you got it out, bitch.
Oh, I wasn't even trying to get anything. I'm just trying to survive.
I already know, but it's like this gonna be healing for somebody.
Oh, it's healing for me. That's why I'm curious about it. It's like because I'm sick of like, in my own life, but also I'm the one keeping me there. That's the crazy thing. It's like I have the ability to change things, and I do a good job.
I say in my song, I'm only excited about spiritual things, and I swear I can't wait to move on. I'm only excited about spiritual things.
Yeah, I think I'm just amazed sometimes that I don't know, but I'm also I got a late start sometimes.
Man,
I got a late start.
I'm 39. I just look, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
I just don't age. I'm 39 though, so I feel like it's never too late.
Yeah,
it's never too late. But when you said that about all the women, that shit was draining.
Yeah, well, just I have so many of my friends like I'm going on this date. I don't care. Just like, well, what are we doing? And then you have people, it's like you're giving yourself away to people. And I'm not accusing anybody else, I'm talking even about myself and my own life. And then it's just.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
And it's like, what kind of journey am I making? What am I really building here?
And then another word, once I start operating and looking for reciprocation, it shouldn't cost anything. If I fuck with you, it shouldn't cost anything. If you fuck with me, it shouldn't cost us anything. It should be reciprocated. The energy that I'm giving you should be reciprocated. If it's not reciprocated, then you're not nobody that I even need to know.
Right.
And a lot of times, when you look at relationships, I could be somebody's best friend, but they not my best friend. It's not the energy not being reciprocated. And a lot of people are victims of that. Being in relationships that are one-sided. The door don't really swing both ways. It may look like it swing both ways, but it don't.
Yeah, it's just a trap too. I mean, a lot of the like the sex, the dating, just the pornography, because that's been something I've dealt with, you know?
When you stop watching porn, it's going to change everything.
Yeah.
It's going to change the way you have sex. Once you realize these people acting, this is fake. This is not real. This is not a connection. This is bullshit. No disrespect to people that do porn. They just,
but they know it. They know it's fake. They know it's.
That's just not my cup of tea. That just ain't no. Like how a man told me, he was like, you jacking off to another man's success. Like, I ain't fucking that bitch.
Dang, that's crazy. God. Oh my God.
I'm jacking off to watching another man's success. I'm not doing this.
It is kind of crazy, huh?
If
when you
really
think about
it, it's psychotic in nature. And then you got to hide and sneak to do it.
Oh.
They got some people probably just go do it publicly, but
I ain't doing that.
You got to sneak and do it.
Yeah, I sneak
and
do
then
it.
under the guise of I'm having me time.
Yeah.
But then after you do it, you feel guilty.
Feel horrible.
Like, damn, why I did that? Because that was precious life force I just wasted on somebody else's success.
God dang it.
Listen, I've been there. I know about it, so I've been there.
And what was the thing that got you out of that? Like, how'd you able to stop that specifically even?
I took baby steps. I was like, I'm only going to release on Fridays.
Okay.
And I
Shabbat shaboom, huh?
And I started saying, well, maybe this is my creative energy. When you release your life force, that's your creative energy. So I'm not gonna release my creative energy. Like when you boxing or you preparing for a fight. While I'm working on this album, I ain't gonna release no semen. Or while I'm doing this, I ain't gonna release. And I became better and better and better. But it was baby steps. I ain't just start off just saying cold turkey.
Yeah.
But by the time it was like, man,
semen has babies in it, which is crazy.
Yeah, if I ain't
and you taking baby steps.
Yeah, if I ain't getting no pussy, that's raw. If I ain't getting no pussy, shit, I ain't no shit.
Yeah, what am I doing?
I can wait.
Yeah, I can wait. That's the thing. It's just that relationship with yourself, you know, and having conversation with yourself. Like, what am I doing? What would I really like to do? And then how do I get through this?
You respect yourself different.
Yeah, your integrity changes a lot.
Like, I respect myself different now that I don't even play around like that.
Yeah.
I respect myself different now.
And when you show up, people can, here's the funny thing, people can see the integrity you have for yourself.
You know what people tell me? They say your aura is big. I'm like, I don't know why. And they were like, what kind of practices do you do? I say, I practice semen retention.
Yeah.
It's my precious life force. And they was like, that's what it is. You have a glow.
That's bad. Yeah. That's that semen. Damn.
It's your life force. Like,
oh yeah, it's everything you are. It's your truth. It's your script.
Yes.
It's just. I mean, that is, and it's not even your script. It's a script of all your ancestors.
Just wasting it in a sock.
And you blasting it out here in a dang church sock too at times. God, oh my God.
I forgive myself.
Yeah, you're right, man. Because sometimes I'll have that shame feeling.
All
and
the
misfires,
I forgive myself.
Yeah.
We learn from our mistakes. We move on. But somebody needed to hear this.
No, I think somebody did today. And I think, you know what? I think it's like we need more leaders in the community to say things like that. We have to get, I don't know, we got to do, something has to start to be different, I feel like.
The greatest teachers teach without teaching.
Yeah, you're right.
The greatest teachers teach without teaching. So when the student is ready to learn, the teacher will appear. You'll be amazed where wisdom could come from.
Yeah.
Even the homeless person standing on the street corner, it smell bad, the person that you would be afraid of, the person that you would look down upon, one of those people, the wisdom and the knowledge that they can impute, you would be amazed.
Oh yeah, they got bars over there.
Hey, I don't care what you do with the money, just here. I committed an act of giving. He's just gonna buy drugs with it. I committed an act of giving. Whatever he do, that's his choice. Right. Now, one lady made me mad though, because she was holding a sign talking about she'll work for food, and I gave her a sandwich, and she put it in her book sack. And then I said, you know what? Maybe she had children to go feed, but I don't know. Like,
yeah, what she thinks you're gonna sell it? Or
maybe
something?
you had children to go feed or something. So I was like, I did overreact because I got pissed off.
Kevin, not everybody eats immediately when you serve them.
I mean, you know, maybe she was saving it for later. I don't know.
Yeah,
so,
maybe she got baby birds in a nest or
I
something.
don't know. Maybe she got saving it for her kids or something. And I just said, you know what? I ain't tripping. Whatever you do with it is on you. I committed an act of giving.
Probably so, Kevin. I bet. Yeah, I think she probably was doing something nice, hopefully.
I hope so.
Yeah, I bet she was.
I hope
man.
you ain't take advantage of me.
Yeah.
But if you did, that's your karmatic bag.
Right, I did what I did.
the right thing.
Right, I did what I did. Yeah, kind of like, man, I think one interesting thing is like, yeah, we got to have leaders making things cool, you know? I think it's why it's to me, and this might be, I guess I'm afraid to say this probably because it's probably.
Ready, set, go.
I think it's cool to have a black man say something about that because black people notoriously, I feel like, make things cool, right? Like people go to the black community to make something cool. Like you give a metal plate to somebody in the black community, then they got a rim out of it. You know what I'm saying? They make things cool. So I think to hear a black
creativity thrives in the darkness.
Okay, well said.
You didn't say anything wrong.
Okay. So I think to hear a black guy say that, to act certain ways, I think that makes it cool because we all I feel like a lot of culture comes from, what's cool comes from the black community.
Creativity thrives in the darkness.
So
you're not saying nothing wrong.
Okay. Yeah, I think it makes it cool, you know? And we need things that, like, I think have moral value and integrity to be cool.
Like I watch anime because they have more moralistic value than regular movies.
Yeah.
So I watch a lot of anime.
I don't watch a lot of it. Israel Adesanya watches a lot of it. You know who he is, the UFC fighter?
The Last Style Bender.
Yeah, he's incredible, dude.
The Last Style Bender, yeah.
You and him would be such a neat. I mean, you guys are, both humans, so whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to think of anything else we want to talk about. You have a new tour coming up.
Yeah, a new tour coming out. I got coffee.
You had a new album that came out on my birthday, I think, March 19th or something. You had one come out? I'm here. Nah.
I'm him too.
I'm him too. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about today?
If anybody watched this and they gained any insight, I'm grateful for that. If you didn't gain any insight, I could give a fuck less.
That's fair.
That's it. That's all.
That's all.
Whenever
baby.
I drop an album, I'm like, get it. If you want to get it. If you don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not here to force you. If you want to get it, if you don't want to get it, don't get it. It's already going to do what it's going to do.
Yeah.
I can say this album that I put out, this last one, I was proud of it. Usually I'm upset when a project come out. I'm like, I wasn't happy, this and this and that whenever a release. But this time I was like, I celebrated myself the whole way through. And I was like, man, I love this project. Like, under my other projects, I go back and appreciate them after the next one come out. But now this one, I'm like, nah, I fuck with this one all the way through.
Why do you think that was?
Because I'm in a different space. Like, I don't make depression music anymore. And then if I do make depression music, I'm just venting. It's my therapeutic release. I got it all out. I know there's somebody out there that can relate to what I'm going through, but this is how we combat that. Let's onward and upward. That's it, that's all. I don't stay stuck in a sunken place. Nah.
Yeah, I don't stay stuck in a sunken place.
I don't stay stuck in a sunken place.
Amen.
I'm going to snap out of it quick.
That's it. Nothing changes if nothing changes, they say,
Nothing changes if nothing changes. Yes, sir.
Kevin Gates, man, the pride of Louisiana. Thank you so much, man, for spending time with me today, man. It's a blessing. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. And I just want to tell you this sincerely. I mean it sincerely. Hey, thank you for being you. This was like the most different type of interview, podcast, whatever you want to call it. It was just like We was just talking shit. But it was beautiful because not too many people could see me. Like, really see me.
Yeah.
And I just appreciate you for that. Usually when I go places, I have to meet the person at the level of the person. I had to see where they at but with this, it was like the transparency was beautiful. It was refreshing talking to you. Like, I lost track of time. If you ever watch when I go other places, I have to meet the person at the level they at. And I hate what I'm about to say, but it's the truth. I look at my watch to keep time. I didn't do that one time here because it was refreshing. This is refreshing.
Well, I appreciate you sharing yourself with the world, sharing what's going on in your head and your spirit with the world, man. It's been some of the things you say make me think, and I appreciate that because I think me taking time to think is more important than I knew it needed to be for myself.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Mr. Gates.
Yeah, thank you for having me, bro.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this